Hey guys, I'm doing kind of just like a little review on this model. I haven't really broken it in yet or anything, but I figure I'll just give like kind of a quick run through here. So the AD60 from Australia comes in three different sections. It's got the rear, the middle, and the front. And when you get it out of the box, everything just kind of clicks in. There's not any instructions to really do it, but one thing to note is that when you're doing this, make sure that you have the right, the front the right way. Don't mix them up. Well, I mean you can, but it's made to do, this way. So make sure that you put things on here like the hose. You want to connect that, and there's another hose on the other side. So when you click everything together, it just smoothly kind of goes on. Respectively, if you have a way to store this without having to take it apart, you may just want to do that. I have a locomotive box I can use that's made from Central Gems. I may just, like take it apart for, before I go run it, initially. But, we'll see. So this is the model. Comes with this little book here. There does not talk about maintenance or anything, so I assume that that's not going to be an issue. I guess they did it from the factory, or else they probably would have said something on here. You have a little thing on DCC operation. You got your functionality, all your different things going on here. F6 is like your heavy chuff. The whistle's interesting because like you press it quick, it does a quick whistle. The longer you press it, the more it does. And then if you like press it for like a really long time, it does like a whole like crossing whistle. So that's kind of neat. So for the it has its own sounds. Like you really can't find these sounds anywhere else. It's not downloadable as far as I know. Like even for like the for the dynamo, like it's got a nice long dynamo. I'll let you hear that here. Yeah, it's even for like F7. If you want to make that light even brighter, they call it high beams, which is this, and that, man, that is quite bright. That's for sure. I don't think we're going to need that today, so turn that down. So I'll go ahead and run it back and forth here. I'm not going to give you the history because honestly, I think I'd be kind of an idiot. I don't think I really know enough about this engine's history, and I might get it wrong. I know just like the kind of the basic history is that these engines were built as Australia's largest Garratt in 1954, and they had roughly about 59,000 to 63,000 pounds of tractive effort. They ceased operation in 1973, and they have only like a few. They built like what was it? They have like a few in museums, and they only have one in operation. And the rest of them are basically scrapped, and they built about 42, I believe. So we'll go ahead and give you a little rundown here. Actually, I'll do the backup whistle here. Oh, that wasn't it. That was slip. Let's see, it's 3 for backup whistle. So I want to do slip now. That's pretty cool. Turn off the cylinder cocks. So I'll go ahead and put this in forward here. There we go. Get some of these boxes out of the way. Sorry I have such a small space. I'm just kind of whipping this quickly up here. So if you're curious here what these little tubes are down by the focus here. So these tubes, I don't know if you guys can see these things, but they're like these down by the wheels and stuff, and they carry all the way back to the cab. Those are called sound tubes. Apparently, if the dispatcher had to warn the locomotive about something back in the day, they would put these little explosives on the track, and then when the train would run over them, they would explode. But to enable to hear that all the way back in the cab, they made these things called sound tubes, which it carries the sound all the way back there, which is, I mean, that's crazy, but there you go. These two little spouts right here are exhaust vents. I'll have to read more up about that. If any of you guys from Australia see this video, please inform me what, like, some of this, like, if you know more about this kind of stuff, and I'm sure you do, please let me know, like, more about this engine, because I really, like, there's only so much Wikipedia can kind of give you, and there's only so much you can learn off of, like, YouTube videos, and I'll go ahead here. Just make sure I got going the right way here, and alright. I'll put on the heavy chuff here. Just kind of makes it louder. Back it up here. So if I press the whistle, it does, like, its thing. It'll do it. The longer you press it, the more it'll do, and then you let it off, it immediately stops. That's kind of a neat feature. I like that. So here, it's like, that's quick. Or I can do that, or I can play with it, and I love that. I'll go ahead and back her up. Turn off the heavy chuff. Go ahead and put it forward again. No bell on these guys. Not too many countries actually have that. Alright, here, I'll run through some of the other functions on here, see if I can just go open my book here, because I ain't going to remember. Let's see. F5 is on couple. Then, let's see. Or shunting, that's interesting, okay. Let's see, F9 is opening and closing tender. So, I guess I'll be here. Okay. There we go. Let's see, flange squeals F14. You kind of can hear that though anyway, but we'll try it. I haven't tried that function. Let's see if I can do that with one hand here. Hold on. Let's see if I can do that. No. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's get it back here a little bit. Oh. You know, I've always been really fascinated with Garratt since I was like a really little kid, and I'm always thinking to myself, man, I would really love to be able to have one of those as a model, so I'm very happy by this. I cannot wait to hook it up to a train. Now, given I don't have any Australian coal cars yet, I have a ton of American coal cars, which, you know, I guess you're just going to have to use your imagination when I finally give this thing like its, you know, inaugurational run, I guess you could say. Eventually, I'm going to get more Australian cars. I notice there's some made by a company called Powerline. If any of you guys ever know about any kind of Australian coal car kits, though, I could get, I feel like that would be just kind of maybe a money saver, if that's a possibility. Or just let me know, because I mean, like, I don't know too much about any Australian products other than this. So, let's see here. Safety valves. Let's see, coal shoveling. That would be F20. I feel like you wouldn't really hear that because all these things would have been automatic. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what that little tube is right in there. I think that's pretty much like the coal auger, I would say. So I don't think you'd probably hear that. And then 28, they say it's an Easter egg, so I have no idea what this is, so I guess we'll find out. Okay, so I guess that was like that was like Australian birds or some sort. That's funny. I love it. Yeah, so it's just a really neat. There's a few other functions on here, but I mean you kind of get the picture. It's just a very neat model. I am very impressed with it. There is one thing to note though. See if I can find it here. Yeah. So this little thing right here, mine originally came with this little thing off. It was separated from that, and I was freaking out at first. I'm like, oh no, it came in broken, and I was like carrying on, and I was like super nervous. I didn't think I was gonna be able to put it back, and like, no, you can. It takes some work. It's quite difficult for me, unfortunately, because I have very shaky hands. But I was able to do it. It just kind of snaps back in. Takes a little bit of work, but I mean, like, I'm hoping maybe there's like some kind of thing I can do in the future that might just be able to hold that together a little bit better. Because I mean, that is kind of like, that shouldn't come out, you know, at all, really. So, but yeah, other than that, I got the weathered model because I'm planning on, you know, like using this with a dirty old train somewhere, and you know, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this. Just let me know if you got any questions, but I feel like honestly the questions should be pointed towards the people there that, you know, the Aussies, for they would know probably a lot more about this than I would. I just know very basic stuff. All right. Love you guys. Bye.